Royal Rumble 2024 is days away, and the excitement is nearly in overdrive. This year's edition of the Rumble may have been the best-built one in a while, with several potential winners despite only 8 superstars having been officially announced. The increased number of unannounced entrants makes for a more exciting time. But who will round out the 30-man lineup? Expect a mix of current WWE superstars on Raw and SmackDown, along with a few surprises. It is tough to predict something like this, but here goes. But first, a rundown of the 8 announced participants in the 2024 Men's Royal Rumble match: Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, Shinsuke Nakamura, Bobby Lashley, Drew McIntyre, Gunther, Kofi Kingston, Damian Priest. Now, on to the remaining 22 who we think will enter the Rumble on Saturday. Number 22. To number 20, Alpha Academy. WWE uploaded a video of all 4 members of Alpha Academy training for the Royal Rumble match. While not officially announced by the company, this seems to be a subtle confirmation that they will be in it. Number 22. Chad Gable was giving all of his students, including Max and Dupree, some valuable tips on how to survive in the Rumble. Hopefully, this means you will have a decent showing in the match. Number 21. Otis will likely be in as well, having adopted the strategy of using his feet to stay grounded in the ring. We'll see how he fares with that. Number 20. Akira Tozawa is also in the group, so he might enter the Royal Rumble too. The Japanese star will likely partake in whatever comedy spot WWE books in the 30-man match. Number 19. To number 17, the Judgment Day. Damian Priest has been announced for the Royal Rumble match, so it only makes sense for his fellow Judgment Day members to join him. Number 19. Finn Balor could have an impressive showing alongside Senior Money in the Bank, with both of them having excellent singles credentials despite being the undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions. Number 18. Dominic Mysterio is WWE's ultimate heat magnet, so he needs to be in the Royal Rumble. Maybe he can eliminate a certain returning Hall of Famer. Spoiler. Number 17. R-Truth can take the 4th spot meant for the Judgment Day instead of JD McDonough, who he claims is not a member. This can be achieved by Truth declaring for the Royal Rumble on behalf of the entire Judgment Day, with McDonough not included. Number 16. Jey Uso. As one of WWE's popular stars, Jey Uso will surely be a part of the Royal Rumble. He could potentially be the Iron Man of the match as a reward for his stellar work on Raw before Jimmy Uso screws him towards the end. Jey's brothers likely won't officially enter the Rumble so that they can focus on Roman Reigns' title defense at the event. Anyway, the leader of the Yeet movement should have a good showing at the Royal Rumble, even if it is just to set up an Intercontinental Championship match against Gunther down the line. Number 15. To number 12. Other WWE Raw entrants in the Royal Rumble. Here are some of the other Raw superstars who could be in the Royal Rumble match. Number 15. Ricochet hasn't been doing much lately, so a cool escape spot in the Rumble could spring him back into fans' minds. Number 14. The Miz will likely get involved in R-Truth's shenanigans with the Judgment Day as WWE continues to build towards a tag team title match for Awesome Truth. Number 13. Ivar could enter the Royal Rumble after his win over Chad Gable, who is in the match on Raw. The big man can have a mini run of dominance before the Olympian eliminates him. Number 12. Jinder Mahal has had a noteworthy start to 2024. He can remain prominent by entering the Rumble, especially after he had a chat with Adam Pearce on Raw. Number 11. To number 7. WWE SmackDown entrants in the Royal Rumble. Bobby Lashley is the only SmackDown superstar who has declared for the Royal Rumble so far, with most top names on the blue brand going after Roman Reigns. A few others can join him. Number 11. Karrion Kross is currently feuding with Lashley and his stable, so expect him to meet the Almighty in the ring on Saturday. They might even eliminate each other. Number 10. Santos Escobar has been doing great as a heel on SmackDown, so WWE needs to allow him a solid chunk of time in the Rumble. He can even eliminate a couple of babyfaces. Number 9. Carlito will face Santos Escobar on SmackDown, so expect him to join the leader of Legado del Fantasma in the 30-man match. However, he may not stay for long. Number 8. Austin Theory seems to be cleared for action following a scary situation 2 weeks ago on SmackDown. He could continue to tease some tension with his tag team partner. Number 7. Grayson Waller has not been on the same page as the former United States champion recently, so expect some miscommunication between the two at the Royal Rumble. Nevertheless, the Australian could have a decent showing before that. Number 6. Carmelo Hayes. Not officially a SmackDown-exclusive star, Carmelo Hayes has recently been feuding with Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. He can overcome them in the Rumble before impressing WWE fans. The former NXT champion has a bright future. However, following this weekend, Hayes might shift his focus back to Tuesday nights. He and Trick Williams could go far in the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic, while a rivalry between the two has been teased for a while. Number 5. Brock Lesnar. On to the surprises, and let's get this one out of the way early. It's a bit dicey. WWE has been planning Brock Lesnar's return, with the Royal Rumble reportedly proposed as the target date. However, following his implied inclusion in the Vince McMahon lawsuit, the Beast incarnate might not return this weekend. So, if WWE decides to pull his potential Rumble return, Lesnar's spot should go to one of the competitors in the Fatal 4-Way match. Randy Orton or LA Knight could be enraged at losing due to bloodline interference and demand entry in the Rumble. Both would guarantee a pop, even if they perform double duty. Number 4. Rey Mysterio. Last seen in WWE at the start of November, Rey Mysterio targeted the Royal Rumble as his return date from knee surgery. He is rumored to be backstage at the event, which likely means a return to action for the masked legend. Mysterio has unfinished business with Santos Escobar, whose merciless attack wrote the WWE Hall of Famer off television. He could eliminate the former LWO member before getting eliminated by his son, Dominic. Number 3. Sheamus. Whenever a WWE superstar teases a Royal Rumble return ahead of time, it usually never happens. However, a double swerve is always possible. What if Sheamus shows up on Saturday with his old theme song? The Celtic Warrior is approaching legendary status, so fans would be delighted to see him. Sheamus last wrestled in mid-August and has since been out with a shoulder injury. So, as long as he's cleared, the Irishman should be in the Rumble match. Number 2. Bad News Barrett. This would be a fun surprise. Wade Barrett hasn't wrestled in WWE since April 2016, so a return at the Royal Rumble would definitely feel fresh. It isn't too far-fetched, as the Raw commentator is usually on the road for the company anyway. Whether he is calling the 30-man match or not, Barrett should come to the ring and deliver some bad news and a few bullhammer elbows. The Rumble has had many fun cameos over the years, with this potentially adding to the collection. Number 1. Sami Zayn. Depending on what happens with Brock Lesnar, Sami Zayn might have the biggest return in the men's Royal Rumble match. He hasn't appeared on WWE television since Drew McIntyre viciously assaulted him backstage at the start of December. Zayn did return for WWE's holiday tour, but that's about it. The Rumble would be the perfect time for him to come back, potentially restarting his feud with McIntyre. The two could have a grudge match at WrestleMania 40, with Sami Zayn finally beating the Scottish Warrior. However, for now, the Canadian star could make a significant impact at the Royal Rumble. In another year, Sami would have been the perfect winner as well.